The team has scheduled their second meeting to follow up on the opportunity. They're going to try and see if they have the right motivation to take an active role in commercialisation. They'll also begin to discover that the same relationships and teamwork that they have worked on in the laboratory will have to evolve to work in a business setting.
Oh, by the way, I worked out that problem with the leaking microfilter.
Oh, yeah.
I think that there's an impurity in the oxidised coating.
Oh, great. So what's the efficiency level at now?
It's up 35%, but I think we can get it to 40% if we use the ceramic compound I was talking about.
Could we deal with this later? What happened at the technical transfer office?
Yeah, sorry. Well, basically they said it's up to us what we want to do.
Really? That's not the business bureaucracy I remember.
Well, OK, maybe not quite. The licensing agent I spoke to said he had ideas about companies we could license the technology to, but that he was a bit concerned that the target market wasn't that attractive. So what he actually said was, if we're set on starting our own company, they'll work with us.
Well, why isn't the market attractive?
Well, wait, what's our target market anyway?
Did they start the company for us?
Well, it was a short meeting. I didn't get a chance to ask a lot of questions.
Well, can we sort of back up? Because I'm not sure I'm quite clear about this business of setting up our own company. I mean, what about this royalty thing? And aren't we entitled to our share no matter what happens?
Well, I actually know a bit more about this. If the university licenses the technology to a corporation, there's normally a cash payout and then royalties on any sales made after that, maybe 2%, whatever. All that money then gets paid to the tech transfer office, who pass some of it on to our lab and then on to us as individuals.
We might get something? I had no idea we'd get a payout for it.
Well, it should be in your employment contract. Anything you discover belongs to the university. But if the patents are licensed or sold, then the inventor gets a portion of the cash, but it's normally small beans.
No, that's not true. Remember a couple of years ago, the biochemistry team in that small molecule therapeutic? They licensed it to one of those big pharmaceutical firms, and everyone in the team got something like £50,000. And my understanding is that if it gets through the clinical trials, they'll get paid again.
That sounds good to me.
Me too, £50,000. That'll make a big difference right now.
Yeah, but this isn't a drug, is it? And think what the pharmaceutical companies are going to make. If it's successful, they could get millions, maybe even billions of pounds from it.
Yeah, but they must have spent a lot of money as well, you know, on clinical trials and that.
Yeah, you bet. Whatever they're paying for the license, they're going to make 50, maybe 100 times that much. That's why we should start our own company.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I have always thought it'd be quite fun to get a bit more involved in the business side of things.
I can't imagine how I'm going to have time with this for these publications I've got due at the moment.
No, that's for me. I've never really thought about working for a company. I've always been pretty happy working in the lab.
Well, I guess some people are just born entrepreneurs.
Do you think so? I mean, I've never felt like an entrepreneur, but getting the system working has got me interested, you know, how it will be used.
Entrepreneurs? Are they the risk-taker type gamblers?
Well, that's probably true some of the time, but the ventures I've been involved with focused more on opportunity and meeting unmet markets. Possibly calculated risk takers is a better way to think about it.
Oh, but come on, no one would have thought that Professor Booth was a risk taker after 20 years in a computer science department. Then he went off and started that web services company with a couple of students. I mean, he made it sound like it was a sure thing, not a calculated risk.
So, how do we calculate what the risks are?
I don't know. All I do know is that I want to know that people in Africa and Asia and South America are getting clean water.
Oh, it's a good cause, but it's not quite the travelling I had in mind when I retire.
Look, we've all got a motivation to do this, right? You get to save the world. You get a chance to get your nest egg. You see a slice of the real world to go with your research.
It's funny you mention that. The technology transfer agent was talking about entrepreneurial motivation. He had some questions he wanted to consider about our motivation as a team. There was something about the significance of the technology and how much affinity we have, how much control we want.
No, I'm not sure I've got time for this. I've got a manuscript due in 2 weeks.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
Hey, are you saying that they've asked us to do some homework?
Yeah, well, I don't know, maybe we do need to think about these questions and then talk again in a day or two.